A few months ago, I started chasing my first Pokémon Master set, Celebrations. It's the set that got me into the hobby, the first box I ever opened, and it's the one that pulled me into this weird and wonderful world of shiny cardboard. I decided pretty early on that I wanted to complete it. Now, it's not just about checking off boxes, I want to pull every card myself. No shortcuts, no buying singles, just rip, enjoy and repeat. But do you know what? Packs are expensive and the prices are going up every day. And then the closer you get to finishing the set, the harder it is to justify opening more, especially when you're down to just a handful of cards. But I came up with a plan. You see, as I was building the master set, I started scanning my cards with the Rare Candy app. It's a great way to help you keep track of what you've got and what you still need to get. But it also gives you the raw monetary values of the cards and shows what the same cards are selling for as graded 10s. And that's when I noticed something. Some of the more common celebration cards like the Ho-Oh, Lunala, Solgaleo were apparently selling for like £40 or £50 when they're graded as 10s. And that got the wheels turning. See, I thought, I've already got a few of these in really good condition. What if I could buy a few more cheap copies online, send them in for grading, and then flip the best ones to help pay for more packs? Now, I'm not talking about profit for profit's sake. It's just to fund more openings to help me finish the set my way. I figured if I bought enough, at least a few would come back as 10s and overall I'd come out ahead. So I didn't go crazy, just a smallish test to see if it would work. The cards arrived in the post a few days later, and that's when it all started to fall apart. They weren't sleeved, just kind of bundled loosely together in a bag. Right away, I knew I'd made a mistake. I flipped through them one by one, and almost every single card had obvious whitening on the back. The corners and edges mutilated. None of them were gradable, not even close. And here's the thing. I already had copies of all of these cards in my Celebrations binder. Cards that I pulled myself. Cards that I actually cared about. These weren't bought for the love of the card. They were bought to flip, and now I can't even do that. So they just sat there. A pile of cardboard that isn't worth grading, isn't worth selling, and I don't want to keep. I think I convinced myself I'd found a little loophole, something clever, a way to let the hobby pay for itself. And honestly, if it had worked, I definitely would have done it again. More flips, more packs, maybe even turned it into a bit of a strategy. But it didn't work. And when I sat there with that stack of ruined cards that I just didn't care about, I just felt kind of stupid. Because if it really was that easy, if you could buy 70p cards and turn them into a £30 profit with absolutely no risk, wouldn't everyone be doing it? Yes, I knew it was a gamble. I just thought I was being smart about it. But instead of getting closer to completing my master set, I ended up drifting away from the whole reason I started collecting in the first place. If you've ever tried something similar, buying singles to flip, grading for profit, I'd love to hear how it went. Maybe someone out there has actually pulled it off, or maybe we all have to learn this stuff the hard way.